leaky drip in the room. Got my fire, badass bitches, black girl magic, yeah, we do this. No stress, no mess, I only mess and flex with the best. Don't try to school me, never like tests. Challenge me wisely, I'll take the quest. Dance with me, and I'll upgrade.
So Kamala, this whole thing about her not being Asian and her being Indian, so and being black and everything else, I need to pinpoint on that first, right? And then we'll get to the Biden news. But ladies first. She is Indian. Okay, guys? She is also black. I don't know if she's Caribbean black. I don't know. I know that she is black. And I know that she is Indian. Now, it was brought to my attention that people don't know their continents from their countries. And it's sad. Because that's something you learn in grade school. That people think that Kamala Harris is not Asian because they're saying she's Asian American. We can call ourselves African. Now, we done history for those of us whose parents are woke and found out where they are from and look deeper into their ancestry. We gotta be very thankful and blessed for that because there's not many black people that have parents that are doing that. But kudos to the parents that are. We are technically African Americans, right? Where are we? In America, which means if you're born in America, what are you? An American. Hey, America is what? Okay, so Asia, right, is not a country. It's a continent. India is a country in Asia. Are we listening? Because this is a lesson. When they say that Kamala Harris is an Asian American, it is not to say she's not Indian. It's to say, hey, I believe she was born in America. Her family is from the continent of Asia. And the country in Asia, South Asia to be specific, the country in South Asia is India. Therefore, making Kamala Harris an Asian American. Her mom, I believe, was born in Asia, the continent, and specifically born in India, the country. Therefore, yes, just like I'm an American, I'm an African American because my descendants are from Africa. My ancestors are from Africa. They call us African Americans because we're born in America, but they know for a fact we African. I can't say that I'm not American, but I can't say that I'm not African. I think we just need to study our continents and our countries. So Kamala Harris is indeed an Asian American. She can't help where she's from. And also, let's just pause on this right quick. I just have to say, how come when black people actually know where they're from, and we get, oh, well, now you're just trying to fit into this. Oh, now they just trying to fit in. That's how she got the votes. First of all, let me explain to you. I think she's a sorority sister. So her connections are already way beyond what you thought and why she would have gotten what she got. Because sororities and fraternities, they hold you down and you have connects for the rest of your life. So let's just get on that one. How come every time we have some culture that we find out about ourselves, if we're black and we're Indian, or how come it's always, well, they're trying to appease this type of person for the vote? Who cares? Kudos to her being able to to know where she's from. I want to know. You would want to know. Wouldn't you be proud to say, yes, I'm this, I'm that, when you figure it out? I would. I'd be holding my plaque down like, hey. So that she, now the fact that she knows and she's confident in that, and she can say that, we're tight. Anyway, guys, get educated on your continents and your countries.
Blackity black, 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 black.
Stay close to the people who are trying to help you out. And don't be so tight about people knowing more than you. It ain't necessarily because they want to put you down or belittle you or make you feel less smart. Stop taking things personal. When somebody comes to me with information that I might have a little off or sideways, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. That's the whole point about being an educated person, not being afraid to learn something. People got their tails stuck between wherever it is, and don't want to listen. Got their nose way up in the air, but don't know no shit. And specifically for the men who can't hold an argument with females, and if we get something right, then it's something wrong. Get it together. Be able to take advice and knowledge from whomever. Don't be afraid. People are going to challenge you. What's a world without a challenge?
Heroes, they rather white villains. I'm preaching, y'all sleeping. I cannot believe it. They wanna say nigga so bad, but don't claim.
In saying that, Kamala Harris is definitely an Asian American, but within that Asian American descent and culture, she is Indian, because India is in South Asia. You guys can battle on me on that. Teach me some things. Like I said, this is a conversation. Anytime you want to talk to me and have a comment, I will comment back. I promise. I love open debates. Now, so Biden, right? I saw this post on Instagram, and I'm just annoyed at seeing stupid news on Instagram and people putting it up and really don't know what they're talking about. It really, and I know people say, oh, Aisha, well, you shouldn't worry about it. Oh, Aisha, just ignore it. I just like, that's the whole thing. We keep ignoring things and not calling people out on their stupidity, and we let the world be more stupid. We continue to allow people to post these things and not let them know. At least try to let them know. They're going to probably stick to what they feel anyway. But you know what? Won't you feel good about at least educating them? Because at the end of the day, they are reading it. And we got to educate. If it's a brother or a sister, then I have to let you know. If it's the right person, I got to let you know too. I have to let you know. And especially if it's somebody that I care about. I can't let you go around being dumb. I just can't. So I saw this post, and it was really annoying. Because the post is just, you could tell that this post was like, made whenever. People always say that you shouldn't regurgitate news from IG without like seeing if it's actually like true, but people do it, and I'd be like, well, IG is not a valuable source for information, and people just don't want to realize that when they share these things, it shows a lot about what you believe and what you're listening to. It just shows like how much research you're actually doing, which is barely none if you're listening to Instagram, because a bunch of people have posted this. And like I said, it was probably something that it was regurgitated from another person with, I guess, a like mind. But it talks about news on Biden, right? So it says, Joe Biden ran for president 33 years ago. He dropped out because he was caught cheating. Joe Biden was forced to drop out of the 1987 presidential race after it was proven that he copied word for word a speech by a British politician.
I hate to admit it, but he doesn't get enough credit for all the credit he gave us.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
Every other founding father story gets told.
That was the first one, right? And then it says Joe Biden ran for president again 13 years ago. He dropped out a second time for being a racist. So it says, in 2007, he had to drop out of a second presidential race after Biden said you cannot go to a 7-Eleven or Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking. Then he said Obama is the first mainstream African American who is articulate, bright, and clean. This is what they're saying, okay, right? And then it says now he's running for president again, saying poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids, and asking a black reporter if he was a junkie. I don't know who Biden was before I wasn't born. I don't know what his values were 33 years ago. And I honestly kind of don't care. These are things that I've seen white supremacists put up. So if you're putting up anything like this, that means that I don't know where your sources are, but they are not only wrong, but they're invaluable, and they're also being regurgitated by other ignorant people. He was caught cheating. Bill Clinton had a whole affair in the White House. Caught cheating. So you're bringing it up now because of what? What is that going to stop? So he was caught cheating 33 years ago. Okay, cool. And why are we still talking about this? Okay, so there's this big rumor about him being a racist. I do believe that he probably said some things that were just not okay with the black community. I'm sure. When people are running for president, they're always going to dig up stuff from millions of years ago. That's the whole point. They're just digging up dirt, skulls in the closet, throwing it at you, so you can maybe believe it and vote for the other person. So this being posted was kind of like, huh? So what is this going to stop us from? Is this going to make us impeach Biden? No.
Oh, hell no!
We impeached the person that was supposed to be impeached, and that's Trump, looking like a peach. The quote that they used, the first mainstream African American, so maybe the wording was bad, and I'm sure they called him out on it. You can't be in a house with Michelle Obama and Michelle Obama and how do we keep calling her? You can't be in the White House with Michelle Obama and Barack, right? And not be called out on wording and presentation of what you say to black people. So best know that he was called out on it. I believe my mom met him. Wasn't a racist to her. She didn't have no complaints. Truly, they touched foreheads. He's going to be on his P's and Q's because he knows that the people who voted for him are going to hold him accountable. There's no, oh, let him do it. No. We're going to be like, nah, this is what you said, my guy. What's going on? That's how we pulling up because everybody came out. So we're going to hold him accountable. And this is just BS. He would not be in the White House with Barack and Michelle Obama if he was indeed a racist. I just don't see that. Sometimes people's wording can be kind of weird and not okay. So what he's saying is that there needs to be a balance. Who's to say that the children in these urban areas, because that's usually the less, that's usually the poorest areas sometimes, but not all the time, because I grew up in an urban area and we are pretty sprouting. What he's saying is that poor kids, people that are in areas that are less fortunate, are just as bright as white kids. I'm not really sure why he put the talent. Well, he said just as smart and talented as white kids, because it's shown that we aren't, though. Him pointing it out, I didn't understand what the problem with that was, to be honest. I was kind of like, well, they are. Kids who are in less fortunate areas deserve to have the education that they constantly give other white kids. Proof is in the pudding. I mean, like, these are not things that we're not seeing. It's pretty accurate, though. And he's not saying, like, I didn't see the problem with that statement. And he asked the black reporter if he was a junkie to say, well, you ain't a junkie. You were sitting here being a reporter. So clearly what people are saying about African Americans not being as smart and as intelligent and talented as our white counterparts is inaccurate. Because you are a reporter. They would think that you are a junkie. He didn't say that the guy was a junkie. He asked him, are you? Oh, you're not. Okay. So that means you are equally, if not more so, talented than, I guess it was like they're saying that he's contradicting himself. First he's a racist and then I'm like, you guys, and also what happened to people changing? The point is that he is more qualified than Trump to run a country. And there is nothing that you can prove to me that will say otherwise. He is more qualified. He has more experience. People fuck up. And being in politics is something that you have to learn. You have to learn what to say. Learn how to be tactful. Learn how to have etiquette. It's something everybody has to learn. And some people fall flat on their face. Some people make mistakes. Some people say horrible things. We're human. We expect these people that are in these other positions to be superhuman. They ain't God. They're not perfect. So they will mess up. We mess up. I'm okay with people's opinions. I understand that. But also, just be educated enough to do your research. That's all I'm saying. If anybody would think that Trump is good for this country, it's just bullshit. I don't know. It just don't make no sense to me. I get upset every time I see those posts, and I just don't know what to say. Because it's kind of like, how could you look at the turmoil that we went through for these 4 years? Nobody was richer because of it. He was a businessman. Who was richer? The people already rich. Racism has been at an all-time higher because it was already there. What he did was he said, come on guys, I'm coming in. And he gave all those people confidence. Because you didn't do anything but make shit for us worse. And I get it, oh, we were looting, but no, hun. So we have to weed out the people who were looting and everything else, because that wasn't everybody. We had peaceful protests that the the army was at. Peaceful protests. That looting and stuff was done at nighttime by ignorant black people, because we can be ignorant too, that don't do crap for us. Like I said, we all F up, but the Capitol, we were at stores like Gucci and Prada. That ain't no breach of security or anything else. This is the whole Capitol. Come on now. And they climbing up walls. Come on now. Savagery. We taking overpriced bags. They're taking our personal information, our social security. They're taking tax information. But there was yet another peaceful protest for MLK Day. And the armed guards were there. What? Why is there no protection at the Capitol? But there's protection on the corner of Union Square. Not to mention, there was a whole guy in a hoodie putting bombs near the Capitol. Like what? That was the dumbest thing they could have ever done. And it just proves that white people are just as crazy as any ignorant other person in this world. Pure idiocracy. That's what I have to say. That ain't right, they took our Wall Street. Now we finna do the same, and why we gotta pay taxes on the land we built. But I am super happy that Biden and Kamala Harris are in the White House. We are gonna hold both of them accountable. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. And yeah, so kudos. And get out that whole information about Instagram is not a valuable source of news. Do your research. Don't listen to rumors. Period. Semicolon on that.
I gave you a chance.
split my heart and you played it like.
We want to know what Queen Bloopity Scoop has to say about what's going on in this world. So we're going to get her opinion right now.
Bringing on Queen Bloopity Scoop.
You like my ecstasy. I'm about to overdose. Somehow I still want you some more. I just can't let you go.
My knowledge
Temptations are strong.
on
Around me. Every time you come around, I can't seem to stand my ground. The temptations
if you want my opinion on the social news,
you like my ecstasy.
I say it is all hoopla. I am disappointed in my people of this black on black crime. We have above that. We have our protection. Slamming our girls down on the ground with their head beat so their crowns. Oh, I remember a day that if that were to happen on my kingdom, I would make sure their heads were cut off immediately. If I were to be queen of this new world, this new kingdom, my heart breaks for the girl's royal crown and for the cop who did it. Off with your head! Woof! Amanda Gorman, oh, you flawless beauty, you. Kudos to you. I am Queen Bloopity Scoop. And Amanda Gorman has my vote for president when she is of age. That makes my heart very happy. I have nothing more to speak on the matter. Send me out. I will send myself out.
Leeky on the beat.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Welcome to season 2. Welcome to season 2. Yes. Thank you so much for watching. And continue watching. Season 2 is going to be so dope, so fun. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, press the reminder button so you know when my videos are coming out. You get to be the first. If you don't see it on Instagram, if you don't see it on Facebook, then you'll see it. If you're on YouTube, you'll be like, "Hey, Prosperous Conversations has a new episode out." Okay. And then you go there and you watch it. Thanks so much for watching. My name is THEAISHAJ, and I'm out.
Got my fire, badass bitches, black girl magic, yeah, we do this. No stress, no mess, I only mess and flex with the best. Don't try to school me, never like tests. Challenge me wisely, I'll take the quest. Yes, with